Welcome back to
another Cox Family Cooking.
I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Olivia.
And today we're making what, Olivia?
Our potato soup.
What do you like most about our potato soup?
I like how cheesy it is, but not overpowering with cheese.
Oh, that's a good point. It is a great comfort food, especially if it's cold out and you want a nice soup that's quick and easy to make. So let's get started cooking. So in our 9-quart Lake Rosette, we have an entire stick of unsalted butter, and we're just letting that melt. And to that, what are we gonna add, Olivia?
Our two slice.
Yeah, 2 diced large onions. So why don't you go ahead and dump those into our Lake Rosette. All right. And we like a lot of onion in this house, so if you don't like as much onion, you probably want to use about 1 large onion and just dice it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to brown those until they're translucent and they have a little bit of brown on the ends. And then we'll kind of go on to the next step, which will be adding our potatoes and our garlic and our chicken broth. So let's get browning. All right, so now that your onions have browned, you're gonna add some garlic. And you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Whether that's fresh or from a container like we use, doesn't matter. Now, I'm gonna add a lot more garlic than that. And why is that, Olivia?
Because our family loves garlic. So much that my brother's favorite food is garlic bread.
And she's not kidding, it's literally his favorite food. So we're gonna add some garlic to this. I'm gonna add a couple of big heaping scoopfuls because that's just how we do it at the Cox house. If you don't love garlic like us, 2 tablespoons will do it. All right, and then how long are we gonna cook that, Olivia?
We're gonna cook that for 1 to 2 minutes.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and get that stirred for us while it cooks. And while she's doing that, if you're using a Lake Rosette like we are, sometimes if you're me, they get a little discolored on the inside after you cook with them. Great pro tip, grab some kosher salt with a little bit of water in the bottom of the Lake Rosette and just use your hands and you'll get all that discoloration right off. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease, or I guess salt grease. All right, so she is going ahead and just stirring that. It's like about 1 to 2 minutes depending on the heat. We're still on medium-high heat like we were with the onions. One little trick too that we like to do is wait until the garlic smells a little bit nutty, and then we kind of know that it's cooked enough, but not too much, because you definitely don't want burnt garlic. All right, let's see. Smell? Yep, okay, it's ready. So what are we gonna add next, Olivia?
So now we're gonna add 6 cups of chicken broth.
6 cups of chicken broth, 9 cups of diced potatoes. So let's go ahead and start with the potatoes first. And we like to start with the potatoes, that way you don't splash everywhere. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour in some of our potatoes. We have another one of those that are gonna go in, yep. So this is 9 cups of potatoes. You can use any type of potato that you want. We're just using plain russet potatoes that we have really just kind of chopped up, as you can see, in these about 1-inch squares. And try and keep your potatoes roughly the same size when you cook them, and then cut them so they cook evenly. All right, so now let's go ahead and add that 6 cups of chicken broth you were talking about. So we're just using plain Swanson chicken broth. Great thing about it is it's easy to get everywhere and it's gluten-free. So we got our 4 cups in. Perfect. And then we just need about half of that one. Go ahead. So just kind of eyeball it. And I would tell you, my little trick here is you want it almost covering the potatoes, but not quite. Let's see. Let's check it. Nope, a little bit more. That's good. So we have it almost covering the potatoes, but not all the way. And then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of parsley. So you wanna go ahead and grab the parsley? Just take the lid off for you. Okay, and just put 2 big teaspoons of parsley in there. Now, after she gets the parsley in, we're going to give it another stir, and then we're gonna go ahead and cook that for about 25 to 30 minutes with the lid on. And really what you wanna do is chuck it about 15 to 20 minutes in, and when your potatoes are tender, then it's done and you're ready for step 2. So let's go ahead and give this another stir. And then we're just gonna keep that on kind of medium-high heat, like I said, for anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. All right, we're back to do the second part of our potato soup. So to know that it's done, you're gonna wanna take a potato and just take the back of your spoon and make sure that you can easily smush that against the side of your pot. So you want it to still have form, but be a little tender. what are we gonna do next, Olivia, to this mixture?
So next we're gonna add 2 cups of almond milk and then 1/4 cup of cornstarch that we whisk together.
Yep, and we're using 2 cups of almond milk here. You could use regular milk if you want. And Olivia's just gonna pour that in. And while she's stirring, I'm gonna get 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. So we're gonna add that to the mixture. So this is gonna hopefully thicken up the soup. And you're going to really cook it until it thickens. So let's go ahead and do that. We're back and now our soup has thickened and it's gonna thicken up a little bit. It's not gonna get super thick, but you should notice a consistency difference. And then what do we add next to it, Olivia?
So next we're gonna add 5 to 6 cups of sharp shredded cheddar cheese.
Okay, so let me go ahead and hand you some bags while you dump that in. And we're just using shredded cheddar here. You could use chopped cheddar if you wanted to, really anything. So I want you to stir that one. And the 5 to 6 cups is really based on kind of what your family likes. So we typically end up more with the 6 cups. Okay. So you just want to keep stirring that until it's incorporated. Do you want to grab the other bag and I'll stir for you? Okay. Your arms get a little tired stirring this sometimes, don't they? Yeah. Okay. So we're just stirring that. And you should notice that before it had kind of like a white color and it's starting to have what color, Olivia?
Like a yellow color?
Yeah, like a light yellow color. Okay, go ahead and add that back in. So we're gonna go ahead and add in 6 full cups. Like I said, it's 5 to 6, or I guess technically like Olivia said, 5 to 6. And then you can add a little bit more if you need to. Our little trick is after we get the cheese melted, what do? Taste it.
We taste it.
Yeah, we taste it. So we have a spoon kind of on the side where we can taste it just to see whether or not it has enough cheese or not. Okay. That actually, color looks really good, don't you think? Okay, you want to go ahead and stir for a little bit, and I'm going to do a quick little taste test. Let's see. What do you think? Do you think we have enough cheese?
Yes.
Yeah, we got enough cheese. All right. So once your cheese has fully melted, which depending on what kind of cheese you can use, it can take a few minutes. You get it all mixed in. You're going to add 3/4 a cup of sour cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in for you, and you wanna stir for me? Okay. Go ahead and stir that in. And that will make it really, really rich and creamy, I think. It tends to just really take the soup to another level. All right. And then we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of garlic salt. Got that dumped in. And then, do you want me to take over stirring for you and you do the next ones? Perfect. So while I'm stirring for Olivia, she's gonna get 1 tablespoon of kosher salt to add. Yeah, a little bit more than that. Make sure it's a full tablespoon. Go ahead and dump that in for me. She's just shaking out everywhere. Perfect. And then we need a teaspoon of ground black pepper to get added. Now, if you notice, we did not add any salt or pepper to our onions while they were cooking or our potatoes. So if you added salt and pepper then, you want to reduce the amount of salt and pepper you're adding now. Go ahead and do that. Perfect. All right. So then we are just going to cook this for another minute or 2 so the sour cream can melt throughout. We can make sure our pepper and our salt and our garlic salt are well combined. And then after everything is cooked, we're gonna serve it up. And Olivia, what are we gonna use? Do you wanna come tell everyone what we do to serve it up and what's on top?
So what usually we do is we put shredded cheddar cheese.
Because we love cheese.
Sour cream, and we also like bacon bits, so then you don't have to cook bacon.
Yeah, and do you wanna show everyone what kind we use? Perfect. And those are the bacon bits, and you just can buy them at the store and then just stick them in the fridge, right? All right, so thanks for joining us on another episode of
The Cox Family Cooking.
We hope you like our potato soup. Bye.